The Flannan Isles Lighthouse mystery is one of the most chilling and perplexing disappearances in maritime history. In December 1900, 3 lighthouse keepers vanished without a trace from a remote lighthouse off the coast of Scotland. Their fate remains unknown, leaving behind eerie clues, unsettling journal entries, and a legacy of speculation. What happened to the keepers of the Flannan Isles? Was it a tragic accident, a supernatural force, or something far more sinister? This is their story. The Flannan Isles, a small cluster of rocky islands in Scotland's Outer Hebrides, are known for their rugged, unforgiving landscape and harsh weather conditions. The lighthouse, perched on the highest point of Island Moor, was built in 1899 to warn sailors of the dangerous waters. Given the isolated nature of the island, the lighthouse was maintained by a team of 3 keepers, with a 4th man stationed on the mainland, ready to rotate in shifts. On December 7, 1900, the lighthouse was manned by 3 experienced keepers: James Ducat, the principal keeper, Thomas Marshall, the second assistant, and Donald MacArthur, the occasional keeper, who was filling in for a sick colleague. The men had provisions to last weeks and were well accustomed to the solitude of lighthouse duty. The first sign that something was wrong came from a passing ship, the SS Arctur, traveling from the United States to Scotland. On December 15th, the ship's captain noted that the Flannan Isles Lighthouse was completely dark. No guiding beam pierced through the night. This was highly unusual, as the keepers were required to keep the light running at all times. Upon arrival in Leith, the captain reported the blackout to the Northern Lighthouse Board, but poor weather delayed an immediate response. It wasn't until December 26th that a relief vessel, the Hesperus, finally made its way to the island, carrying the lighthouse relief keeper, Joseph Moore, and a small crew. As the Hesperus approached Island Moor, the crew grew uneasy. The lighthouse, usually a hub of activity, was eerily silent. No welcoming figures waved from the shore, no signs of life at all. The keepers should have been expecting them, yet there was no one to greet them. The relief keeper, Joseph Moore, was sent ashore alone. As Moore climbed the steep, treacherous path to the lighthouse, a deep sense of unease settled over him. The first oddity he noticed was that the main entrance gate was closed. The lighthouse door, too, was locked. With growing dread, he unlocked the door and stepped inside. Inside, the lighthouse was in near-perfect order. The kitchen table was set as if someone had just left mid-meal, with plates of food uneaten. The clocks had stopped, their ticking silenced at an unknown hour. The beds were unmade, suggesting the men had not retired for the night. But most disturbingly, the logbook contained unsettling final entries. The logbook, maintained by Second Assistant Thomas Marshall, painted a grim picture of the days leading up to the disappearance. December 12th. Marshall recorded severe storms that were raging around the island. He wrote of terrible winds like nothing I have ever seen before. December 13th. His entry noted that Principal Keeper James Ducat had been unusually quiet and that Donald MacArthur had been crying. This was alarming, as MacArthur was known to be a tough, battle-hardened man. December 14th. The final entry was chilling. Storm ended. Sea calm. God is over all. This was strange because official weather records showed no storms in the area at that time. The question arose, if no storms had been reported, what were the keepers so terrified of? The investigation that followed uncovered no concrete answers, only theories. Over the years, many possible explanations have been proposed, each more unsettling than the last. 1. A freak wave or giant sea surge. One widely accepted theory is that the men were swept away by a rogue wave. The western landing of the lighthouse showed signs of recent storm damage, and ropes used to secure supply crates were missing, suggesting that the keepers may have gone outside to secure them. If a powerful wave crashed into the island at the wrong moment, it could have easily pulled all 3 men into the sea, never to be seen again. 2. A sudden storm and panic. Another possibility is that an unexpected storm caught the keepers off guard. If one keeper was already outside securing the landing, and another rushed to help, they might have been blown away by hurricane-force winds. But this doesn't explain the calm log entry on December 14th. 3. Madness, murder, and suicide. Some believe the isolation drove one of the men to madness, leading to a violent altercation. Could MacArthur, known for his fiery temper, have lost control, attacked the others, and then thrown himself into the sea? Or did paranoia overtake one of them, leading to a tragic confrontation? 4. Supernatural forces. The mystery has also given rise to paranormal theories. Some locals believe that the Flannan Isles are cursed, and that the keepers fell victim to spirits, sea monsters, or some unknown supernatural force. Legends tell of eerie lights seen around the lighthouse before their disappearance. 5. Alien abduction. One of the more bizarre theories suggests that the keepers were abducted by extraterrestrial beings. The lack of bodies, the strange log entries, and the eerie calmness of the lighthouse all contribute to this theory. While far-fetched, it remains a favorite among conspiracy theorists. Despite extensive investigations, the fate of Ducat, Marshall, and MacArthur remains one of history's great unsolved mysteries. The Flannan Isles Lighthouse continued to operate for decades, though the story of the missing keepers cast a shadow over its lonely beacon. In 1971, the lighthouse was automated, and human keepers were no longer required. Today, the lighthouse stands empty, its beam still cutting through the darkness, a silent guardian over the sea. The Flannan Isles Lighthouse mystery remains one of the most chilling disappearances in history. What truly happened on that remote island in December 1900? Were the men claimed by the sea victims of madness or something far stranger? With no witnesses and no evidence, we may never know the truth. One thing is certain: the story of the Flannan Isles Lighthouse keepers will continue to haunt us, just as their spirits are said to linger on the lonely island, whispering secrets lost to time. Another mystery uncovered, but many more remain hidden in time. Subscribe and join us as we unravel history's greatest secrets. The next story is closer than you think.